In post-apartheid South Africa, when the nation was trying to heal from years of violence, another kind of darkness emerged. He was handsome, polite, and well-spoken, a man who offered jobs to struggling women, but instead led them into the fields to die. His name was Moses Sithole, and between 1994 and 1995, he became one of the most terrifying serial killers in African history. His victims? Over 36 women. His weapon? Charm? Moses Sithole was born in 1964 in Vosloorus, South Africa. When he was just 5, his father died. His mother, unable to care for her children, abandoned them at an orphanage, a place that became a nightmare. Sithole later claimed that he was beaten, humiliated, and sexually abused there. By the time he left, the boy who once smiled was gone, replaced by quiet rage and distrust of women. He started small, petty crimes, manipulation, and later, violence. In 1987, he was arrested for rape and served 4 years in prison. But instead of reforming him, prison made him worse. After his release, Sithole reinvented himself as a community helper. He told people he ran a youth charity and was looking for staff. He approached women on the street, polite, calm, always smiling. He offered them a job interview, sometimes even showing fake documents. Once he gained their trust, he'd lead them to a remote field or an abandoned area. There, he would rape, strangle, and leave their bodies to rot in the tall grass. It was systematic, controlled, and no one suspected him. As bodies began appearing around the townships of Boksburg, Cleveland, and Benoni, fear spread like wildfire. The newspapers called it the ABC Murders, named after the towns where the bodies were found. It was the mid-90s. South Africa was celebrating democracy and freedom. But beneath that hope, dozens of women were going missing. Police found a terrifying pattern. Victims were strangled with their own underwear or belts, often with their hands tied behind their backs. Some had notes suggesting they knew their killer, and then investigators discovered something chilling. Several victims had recently been in contact with a man offering them jobs at a charity organization. Detectives traced the charity's phone number when it led to Moses Sithole. When police closed in, Sithole disappeared. For weeks, he taunted investigators, like even calling a journalist to brag. He claimed he had killed 76 women and said he targeted them because they were liars who deserved it. He spoke calmly, almost proud, as if confessing to an art. Police finally found him hiding in Johannesburg. When they tried to arrest him, he pulled a machete and attacked. They shot him several times, capturing him alive, barely. At the time of his arrest, 38 confirmed victims were linked to him, but investigators believe there were many more. In 1997, Moses Sithole stood trial for 38 murders, 40 rapes, and 6 robberies. He showed no remorse, sometimes smirking as victims' families cried. Psychologists called him a cold, organized predator. The judge called him a man beyond rehabilitation. He was sentenced to 2,410 years in prison, with a minimum of 930 years before parole, a record in South African legal history. Even now, he remains behind bars, reportedly suffering from HIV contracted during his crimes. Moses Sithole's story is not just about evil, it's about the cracks in a society rebuilding itself after chaos. He preyed on the vulnerable, the hopeful, the ones who trusted him most. And in the end, he left behind not just victims, but a nation reminded that even in peace, darkness can still find its way in.